Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Hines on Air, your weekly dose of inspiration, motivation, and real-life entrepreneurial stories. I'm Matt Hines, your host, and I'm excited to have you join me on this journey. From building a successful law firm to venturing into other industries like real estate and social media, I've experienced both the triumphs and the challenges that come with entrepreneurship. I've learned firsthand the importance of resilience, adaptability, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. On Hines on Air, we're diving deep into the world of business, law, and personal growth. Join me as I chat with incredible guests who have faced adversity, defied expectations, and achieved extraordinary success. We'll discuss their strategies, their mindset, and the lessons they've learned along the way. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or simply someone looking for a little inspiration, Hines on Air is for you. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a review whenever you listen to podcasts. Your support helps us reach more people and continue sharing these incredible stories. Let's get started.
We want to thank our sponsor, Bravos Leadership. Bravos Leadership is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and other business-minded people grow their companies and achieve their goals in life. They're having a major event on June 21st that's going to have some of the best business minds on the planet, including Grant Cardone. So get your tickets today. Hey everybody, Matt Hines back with another Hines on Air. We've got a great speaker with great information today. So just for a quick introduction, some of y'all know one of our major sponsors is Bravos Leadership, and they are hosting a major event on June 21st here in Atlanta with some world-renowned speakers, including Grant Cardone. Part of the services that Bravos Leadership offers is coaching and consulting, trying to get someone's business set up so that it expands, it grows, and that business owner is able to achieve their goals. Because there's a lot of people in America and all over the world, and they have great ideas. You know, they have a great idea, and the sad truth of it is that 80% of those people will fail. And it's not because their idea was bad. It's because they didn't know how to turn that idea into something real and create an operation that actually produces that product or that service. So it's a lack of business know-how that stopped them from having that dream realized. And so what we're looking to do with Bravos Leadership is not only provide motivation and guidance, but also actual training. And today we have one of the trainers and one of the business consultants that works with that team that's going to be giving different advice on how he's helped other companies expand, you know, what were their weaknesses, and how we can all apply this information to expand whatever we're doing, namely with business and establishing groups. So I want to welcome to the podcast Mr. Carlos Torres. Welcome, Mr. Torres.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Matt, for inviting me to your podcast and with some good information always.
Yeah, man.
So I'm excited with the things that are building up and coming up in the next few weeks. Well, let me tell you a little bit about me and my training, my story, how I've been involved in consulting and helping business owners, small business owners, mainly.
When you say small business, what size company are you talking about?
Yes, exactly. As Matt said, it's not the dreams of those business owners that fail them. It's just the lack of knowing how to handle that business, how to manage that business, and how to organize that business. So, at Bravos Leadership, that's one of our missions, is to provide the knowledge, provide the tools necessary for this individual, this dreamer and entrepreneur, company owner, that give them the proper tools of organization, of management, of marketing tools, sales tools on how to expand his business and take it to wherever he wants to take it,
Mm-hmm.
So then again, those dreams now become real. Those dreams become an actuality instead of just being dreams. Normally you see, the business owner is a person, of course, that created this dream, but normally you see him submerged in all these duties and tasks that he has to do every day to keep his company alive. He has to wear many hats.
Mhm.
Many hats. I mean, probably all the hats if he doesn't have anybody helping him.
Right.
And so we have tools definitely for those guys, to make them, just to. It's kind of like when when you're planning to take a trip, right? You have a plan, and you know that you have to have your car working, and you have to have everything, emergency equipment and all that, fuel, don't forget food, fuel, and things like that. You start planning, and then you know that you're going to take a road, such and such interstate to arrive to the destination safely. So like that, you have to plot a course. You have to provide the proper tools of management, marketing, sales, etc., for that business owner to make it to the final destination or to his next goal, because he might have.
All right, so let me ask you this,
goals.
Carlos. So let's say I want to start a company, and I don't know. All I have is an idea. I don't know really anything else. I don't know about marketing. I don't know about hiring. I don't know about operations or finance, anything. What would be your first thing that you would tell me?
Okay, one of the first things that I would suggest, because you have an idea, you don't have a business yet set up quite yet, but you have that idea. So first of all is to establish where you want to go. Put your goals. What are your goals in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months from now, in a year, 5 years, 10 years? Where you want to see yourself as a company owner with this company? You want to grow it to 10, 20, 100, 1,000 employees. You see, first of all is define really what's that goal.
Yep.
Sometimes the business owner is too much. There's a lot of ideas there, but sometimes it's put it in writing. What's my goal, right? Then after that, work out purposes. Is a shorter goal. Maybe immediate. Okay, I'm gonna hire an assistant in the next 2 months, or something like that. And then after that, when you have that established, now you come to work out a program, right? A program like a to-do list, right? Specific items that you want to do for that goal. For example, hiring someone. Program, first, of course, you're going to be responsible for the program, and you're going to run the program yourself because there's no one else.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be there, putting the time to do. And then second, let's say, for example, you start putting ads in, I don't know, Indeed or some other Glassdoor or some of the good companies out there for recruiting. And then, etc.
So
So then you start naming those steps as a program.
I got you. Okay. So would you say, all right, so at first you said, let's set, what are the targets? And then you mentioned running ads in whether it's social media or whatever. Is that the order you would take? Like after you set targets, go to marketing next? Or are you just talking about writing the overall program?
I'm just probably putting it as a general idea, as an example. For example, I don't know, you might put an ad in the newspaper. I don't know, some ideas, right? The main thing, what I'm trying to relay here is that once you have that goal set up, you're going to generate or you're going to create steps to execute. Now we become, it's not anymore subjective, but now it's an objective, hands-on working on that idea or that goal. You see, so then now you have to call, for example, call the company that recruits, or put an ad on the newspaper, or put an ad on Glassdoor, etc. So what I mean is just put in a program, a series of steps that involve action. And like that, you start getting closer to your achieving of those goals. Then after that, of course, you have to put plans, maybe a plan for the week, maybe a plan for the day, with the actions involved of what you're gonna do that week to continue achieving or getting closer to achieve that goal, right? And then after that, of course, you're gonna implement some way of measuring where you are right now, which is called the existence scene, versus where you want to go, which is called the ideal scene,
Right.
right? So when you spot where you are and then where you want to go, and you start realizing, oh wow, there's a big difference. So
Yeah.
we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes business owner doesn't think with that, but it is needed. It's just baby steps sometimes. But every action, every accomplishment, everything that you accomplish towards that goal is getting you closer and closer to get there. And then, of course, I will probably include something called what is going to be your valuable final product, something that you can exchange, something that you can, what is the reason you want to hire that assistant, right? Probably because the assistant is going to release a lot of work that you have. It's going to help you.
Mhm.
So now you're focusing really as an owner to plan and, take that organization to where you want to go. So anyway, some valuable final product, or what is the purpose of your company, or what is the purpose of your target? Something that can be exchanged. There's always exchange.
Yep.
Right.
Very
So
good.
then that will be the first step for me, just to write down those goals, and then execute, put action. Action, is gonna create emotion. Is gonna get you into the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. What are some of the, can you give us some examples? When you look at a client that's been going on for, let's say, a year or two, is there any common errors or mistakes that they're making that you find is a common issue with companies?
Yeah, like one of the most common issues of business owners or entrepreneurs is that they don't know how to plan. I mean, they know their product.
Mhm.
They know exactly what they want to do, but they don't know how to plan it, organize it to get there.
Right.
They might probably know a little bit of organization as a company, right? How the company works. If you have 20 employees, 30 employees, how that product flows or goes across from the beginning when you get your sale, your client, to the end when you deliver totally your product. How is that walking through the different departments of an organization? They probably don't know that,
Right.
They probably don't know. So I see that a lot of misorganization, but mainly a lot of overworking, like long hours, hard working, overwork, and underpaid. That's what I see.
Do you
Mainly,
think the
yes.
overwork, is that because they didn't organize properly, or is that just because that's what it takes to get a company going?
Precisely because of that, Matt. It's precisely because of not being organized, not having a plan from the beginning,
Right.
not executing tasks or completing tasks to go on to the next program or plan, right? they just have an idea. They create an LLC or an incorporated company. Maybe his wife or spouses or maybe a family owner is helping them, but they're not. It's not organized yet. It's not organized. They have an idea. They might create a business in, for example, in Amazon selling something, but they don't know yet what they're about to encounter.
Right.
So once you are prepared, once you have a plan, you know that not everything is going to be perfect, but the plan is going to tell you. I mean, you're going to find out by yourself the hard way sometimes that, maybe this is not the right way to do this. Maybe that's not the way to organize. So that's what I see commonly. A lack of organization, a lack of, and it's pretty much knowledge about that. No, it's not that he doesn't have his goals established. His dreams are there. He wants to achieve those, but it just requires some action, some planning to do that. And that's what I see. A lot of overworked and underpaid.
Gotcha. Yeah, usually I see somebody who doesn't market enough. Like they start their product and they're excited. They're going to start a company, and what you and I know of as Division 6 or some Division 2 and stuff, just promoting the product on a large enough scale to get interest. That's where I see the younger companies, I see them fail there because they don't realize how much it takes to get interest from the community. They think, let me pay $200, $300 to Facebook. No, it's just not going to do it.
Yes.
So that's what I've seen. I don't know if you've seen other something similar.
Yes. You're right, definitely. They start promoting the best way they can with a budget. But they just do whatever they think makes sense for them, which is to create an ad, to post the ad in Facebook or Instagram, or if you do videos through YouTube, but they're limited on that. The knowledge is not there yet. And of course, there is a technology for that definitely Bravo's leadership has.
We want to thank our sponsor, Bravos Leadership. Bravos Leadership is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and other business-minded people grow their companies and achieve their goals in life. They're having a major event on June 21st that's going to have some of the best business minds on the planet, including Grant Cardone. So get your tickets today. So one of the people we've been working with, Carlos, they came to us. She's a young girl. She has a cleaning company, and she has a crew of about 5 people. And they've been doing good. They started off, they've got a few clients, but she was really looking to grow. And when we looked at her organizing board for her company, the organizing board has 7 divisions for every company. It has to have 7 divisions that are all operating well. All of her employees are in Division 4, the production division. So 6 out of the 7 divisions, nothing was happening. And that's why she wasn't growing. And all we did was develop a simple marketing plan for Division 6 because there was no marketing. And that's why. I mean, that's a basic observation, but it's so common. Once she started marketing, within about 7 months, she was 3 times the size that she was when we met. Like, she grew instantly. And I knew she would. She's a smart girl. They work hard. They just needed some marketing. So it's pretty amazing when you actually apply the technology, the management technology that you and I know about to a business. Great things happen, and they can happen very fast.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And that example is really, really good because, that's what happens.
Yeah.
With small business owners. They specialize in delivering a product. They just go and hire maybe 1, 2 people or, family members helping them. But they don't know that there is an organization board, even for one or two people in the company applies exactly the same principles.
Yeah.
That organizing board that you mentioned about, she was just working on the production section of the organizing board, but she was doing nothing else. Maybe not so much on marketing, new sales, generating new businesses, not so much on the planning and organization of of the company. And that definitely will get you, like what I mentioned earlier, that the business owner is going to be overworked and underpaid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I
Yeah.
think we looked at it next. Well, actually, let me ask you this. Can you think of any examples like companies you work with, what they weren't doing right, and how the use of the management technology helped them?
Yes, absolutely. I had the chance to work with a dentist.
Okay.
This lady, Latino lady from Dominican Republic, but she lives in Orlando, and she has her practice there. And I mean, she has a facility. When I came in into her practice, she has a good facility. I mean, she has like about 6 or 7 operatories ready to deliver, right? But she was working only herself and an assistant. The assistant was not a dentist or a hygienist at all, and she was overworked. And with the facility that she had, like the office that she had to practice, she should have at least one or two hygienists and another dentist helping with the flow. That didn't happen. Why? Because she was just working on or focused on working whatever she was able to do. She was not looking at promoting because she was like, but how am I going to be able to deliver to my patients? So I came in, and we started, first of all, with what I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, establishing goals, something called the administrative scale, the admin
Mm-hmm.
scale.
Mm-hmm.
Establishing goals, establishing purposes, establishing programs to execute those goals, purposes, etc. So then, and then after that, we started putting together a organizing board for her.
Gotcha.
In about a month into the consulting program, she hired one hygienist and one another dentist. She hired two people, and then she hired an admin assistant. So now she was getting more flow of patients because she was able to provide the service, uh, not only working just one person, but 3 people now, 4 people, 5 people in the organization. And now she started seeing that the income was increasing, and she was less stressed because, all right, well, there's more income coming. Now we can organize better. Now we can promote better. She was not promoting at all. Not promoting at all.
Yeah.
She only received patients from referrals.
It's amazing
So,
how many people I talk to that say that. I'm like, how do you
Mhm.
market? They're like, we've never done marketing. We're operating only on referrals. That's great, but you're not going to grow. You're going to get to like here and stay there for the next 30 years. So if that's what you want, hey, more power to you. But if you actually want to create like a huge organization, it's not going to happen with referrals. That's a great source, and they're certainly the cheapest source. But to me, in my opinion, you're going to have to get out there and do a lot more.
no, definitely, marketing is one of the main tools
Yeah.
for an organization, for a business owner. And I know is sometimes, yeah, you have to have a budget for that.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, this is just like the blood or the fuel of the machine to bring more new business, to promote your name out there, to promote your brand out there. Nobody will know you. unless you go and say, "Hey, I'm here. I offer this excellent service for you guys." You know, nobody will know.
I know it's a shame. It's not a fair rule, but it is a rule nonetheless that it's not the best product that wins. It's the best marketed product that wins. I always look back at Microsoft and Apple back in the day when they were first starting, when it was Jobs versus Gates. And Apple had the better product, no doubt. But Microsoft took over the world. And it wasn't just a marketing thing. There were other things going on, but the worst product won out. That's not fair because Apple had worked really hard and they had a great system, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean the best product always wins. That's just the rule. So that goes.
But look at what Apple did. They just kept promoting and promoting. It doesn't matter how many millions or billions in sales they did.
That's right.
You just keep promoting.
That's right. They were able to hang on. Like you said, the planning. Once you have a plan, it's easy to stick to the mission. If you don't have a plan, you get scared, you run out of money, something doesn't happen, and you can change course very quickly.
Exactly.
So when you don't have a plan, it's easy to change course because you get scared or you run out of money or something happens and it causes you to rethink, which is not a good thing. You got to stick to the plan. So I agree with you that getting a good plan in the beginning gives you a path to follow and something to rely on, what we call a stable datum, something to fall back on when things get scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to have those stable datum. And once you are rolling, once you are on that motion once you started, the most difficult part sometimes for business owners is to start something.
Yeah.
Or to tell them, or maybe to convince them that you need to promote, or you need to market your product, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. And they go like, I'm okay. You see, but once you started, or once the business owner starts setting those goals, working, just laying out all those actions in order to get those goals achieved. Once they started, they're in the way to, like the lady that you just mentioned, from I don't know how many homes she was cleaning at the beginning. Now she 10x or even way higher than that.
It's amazing.
Her production.
She had like 4 when we met. I just saw her client list yesterday, and it's like 35. It's amazing, man. It's very impressive. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Well, listen, my friend, we are getting close to the end, but Carlos, I appreciate your time, and I know you're already working with some clients. I think you're working with some real estate agents and some others, and I know that's going well. I know they're very thankful for all the information and stuff because it's so true. People starting out, they have a dream, but they don't know. School doesn't teach you. School does not show you what to do with the business. Somebody graduating college knows just as little as somebody who never went to college. But there is a science behind it that can actually give structure and some answers to what do you do next? What do you do when you start a company? So
yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
listen,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Carlos. We're looking forward to working with you. We appreciate all the help that you've done for the clients. And I encourage anybody else, if you're watching this and you're looking for help in your business, Bravos Leadership is the solution. Trained professionals, consultants who've been working on this for over 20 years. And you got to remember, it's a science. It's not just, let's try this or, let's try that. It's more than just a few guesses and maybe something works. There's an actual method to what you do to create a successful company. So anyway, Carlos, thank you again, my friend.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for having me. Definitely, I really enjoy these. Anytime that, you want to chat again, definitely. And by the way, all this information, remember, we're going to have a great event.
Yeah.
on June 21st.
Yes, sir.
Great speakers, great ideas,
It is.
brilliant minds, all combined in one room. You don't want to miss it.
That's
I
right.
recommend highly to go there.
Thank
and
you very
attend.
much, Carlos. Yeah, thank you. Okay, my friends. So everybody, thank you for listening. If you have questions, give us a call or, leave a comment, share this video, give us a like, and respond. If you've had similar experiences in your life, if you've got advice that you think others need to know about, share it on the comments below, and we'll see you at the next Hines on Air. This program is being sponsored by Law Offices of Matthew C. Hines. The Law Offices of Matthew C. Hines helped all individuals who have been involved in a car accident, who have been injured at work, or have been arrested or given tickets. We make sure your rights are protected and that you receive all the benefits allowed under the law. Visit us at www.hineslaw.org, hineslaw.org.
Hines on Air is for you. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a review whenever you listen to podcasts. Your support helps us reach more people and continue sharing these incredible stories.